Hey, welcome to day 3. So quick catch up. Today was a pretty relaxed day, and because of that, I decided to take Tipsy out to the dog park. It's kind of funny though, because Tipsy is without a doubt the problem child. What is he? You guys see his leg? Look at that leg. He's falling asleep too. Tipsy. It was like he was crawling between the beds and then just stopped. All right. As I was saying though, it's funny because Tipsy's kind of the problem child. He'll be playing with dogs really nicely, but he has a very big ego. And so he's fine playing with them as long as he's winning. So like when he's wrestling with them, he enjoys it. But then as soon as another dog pins him or they sniff his butt, he loses his mind. So I have to keep an eye out on him, which it sucks because then I have to be that person who's like, I'm sorry, is my dog bothering you? So in today's vlog, I figured I'd just answer a few questions that were in yesterday's comments. It's nice to see that you guys enjoy this style of vlogging, because looking back at yesterday's video, it's actually, good on you, Jarrell, for driving your friend home. Don't drink and drive, people. Even if it's like one beer, don't do it. Please don't. Oh no, Black Angel Cat, she saw how bad Tipsy. I can't take the way he's laying down right now. Like, Tipsy, why are you laying like that? Aw, I love you too, Trina. Snap, looks like Ladarian's got me covered if I go to... Wait, Ladarian, if you're in Dallas, Texas, do you have Google Fiber? If you're watching this, tell me, that way I could just be super envious. All right, Mr. OG Loke, have you ever been in a motorcycle or bike accident? And looks like we now have the topic of the vlog. I can tell it, you're serious. So I've actually gone down on my bike, I want to say 3 times, and my bike's been almost totaled once. All right, so for those of you who don't know, I've had 2 bikes. I've had a 2005 Kawasaki Ninja, which is like the old body type where it had like the flat nose. It was really cool, I like it. And then after I kind of destroyed the engine in that one, I upgraded to an R6. So this is after at least a full year of riding. All right, so the first time I ever went down on my bike, it was back when I had my 250. And I don't remember what video we were shooting. I remember this is back in the old days because I had a bunch of costume stuff on me. I was actually literally wearing the costumes. And I remember I was wearing like 3 or 4 pairs of pants and like all this other stuff because I had no other way of transporting it. However, what I didn't know was that it was actually gonna rain that day. And as dangerous as rain is, it's a lot more dangerous also to be caught up in acid rain. And the reason for that is, you know that what you smell when it first starts to rain? That's all the dirt being lifted up out of the cement, as well as all the oils. And so the ground is actually extremely slippery. So we finished our shoot and a very, very light acid rain starts. And as I'm riding out of the parking lot, I washed out, my back tire slips right down, I hit the ground and I'm underneath the bike. I go sliding a good like 6 feet, and yeah, I'm just sitting there like the bike's on my leg. And luckily it's a 250, so it wasn't heavy. And so my leg was all right. The thing about this incident that was actually kind of interesting and disheartening in a way was this was at my old college campus. And there was a ton of kids being shown their dorm, like a good 30 to 40 kids. And they're all just like on the grass, and they're all relatively close to me. And they see me go down. Not a single person came over to me. Not a single person came over to help. Catch back up to where I'm at. I pushed the bike off of me. I heard me stand up. I lift up the bike and like try to inspect it and stuff like that. And like I realized that like my leg's hurting a little bit. And I see the group, like the entire group of 40 kids coming in my direction. I'm thinking like, oh cool. Like I guess they're actually kind of concerned because it's probably just awkward to like, should we go talk to them or not? No, they straight up walk around and like through me and stuff like that. To where just like a wave of them wash over me. Not a single person says, hey, are you okay? And the crazy thing is, I wasn't even going that fast. Now, for all you guys interested in motorcycles, this is why I don't advocate squitting. Squitting is basically when you ride your bike without any gear. You're in a tank top, shorts, regular basketball shoes, or flip-flops I've seen. That's stupid. I was wearing 4 pairs of pants, 2 of which were jeans, all right? And when I hit the ground, going relatively slow in acid rain, mind you, it still burned through both pair of jeans and burned my side. So if that can happen on 4 layers of clothing, imagine what's gonna happen to your body if you're just wearing shorts or a t-shirt. That's why no matter what, I always wear my jacket, my gloves. I don't ride in anything other than jeans and boots, fully geared up, because if I could burn through that many layers of clothing, I don't even want to imagine what my actual just skin on concrete would be like. That's assuming you survive. Like there's a lot of serious injuries you can have, which is why you should take it seriously. So that was fall number 1. I can tell it, you're serious. All right, now fall number 2, I got my R6, which is what I ride now. And now I think about it, like I've gone down on that thing twice. I didn't even realize that. I don't know how many of you guys saw the Hunger Games music video that had like myself, Strawberry 17, Megan Camarina. This area had no street lights because it was like one of the upper hill areas and like kind of like rich folks. I was like, all right, it's nighttime. I'm in all black. Director, which was Joe Nation. Would it be cool if you actually follow behind me just so like I don't have to worry about a car coming up and smashing me from behind? And he was like, oh yeah, sure. And as we're going down, when we get to this one stop sign, I go to put my foot down. And what I didn't realize was that this area had curved streets. So I guess probably for like rain runoff or whatever, but it was curved. And so when I go to put my right foot down, there's no cement there. There's no ground. And so me and the bike are just going. And at this point, my 600 is too heavy for me to catch once it reaches a certain point. My foot hits the ground. I'm trying to pull it up. It's not happening. I'm like, crap, okay, I just gotta go with it. I try to lay it down, but I'm right next to the curb, mind you. I land halfway on the curb, halfway off. My leg is pinned underneath the bike and the curb. Like, I got lucky in that it wasn't like a few inches like forward. Otherwise, I probably would have broke my leg. So I am so grateful and so happy that I had Joe follow me, because he like parks his car, puts on his emergency blinkers, comes and helps me pick the bike up off of me. And we're just kind of like sitting there catching my breath for a second. And I'm standing on the outside of my bike, like towards the street, but I'm still within line of Joe's car. And a car comes zooming past and its mirrors clip my backpack and like my shoulder a little bit. And just like kind of like take me for a second. And the dude just blows past the stop sign, goes into a house that was literally across the street, parks and walks in. Like he wasn't even paying attention or aware that he hit me. After that happened, like Joe just looked at me, he's like, dude, did you just get hit by a car? And I was like, yeah, let's get out of this area. This is too much at once. This is bad juju. Get on the bike, get all the way down safe. And that was the second time. And now the last time that I've gone down, it was back when I lived at my mom's place. It was morning, I had to get over to school. And so as I leave our block, there's another stop sign. And as I'm starting to make a right turn, what I don't realize is that the street was still damp. Because I accelerated out of a right turn, I lost my traction. And so I low-sided. So low sliding is what you see in all those movies whenever like someone on a motorcycle slides their bike underneath a truck or something. So I go to make the right turn, I lose all traction in my back tire, and the tail kicks out. And this part was kind of funny because my bike here, it had a defect back when it first came out where the tank size was actually too large. And so when it would go down, a lot of R6s would actually catch fire because the tank would be rubbing against the ground like sparks and igniting and yeah, all that stuff. As I'm sliding and I kick the bike away and still going down the street, all I see is sparks pouring out of my bike. I'm just looking at my bike, I'm like, don't catch fire, don't catch fire, don't catch fire. And like, I come to a stop and finally the bike comes to a rest and it didn't catch fire. I was like, all right, sweet. And then I realized that my side was in pain. And it was cool because this one guy driving past, he slowed down, he came to a stop and he was like, hey dude, are you okay? Like, do you need some help? And I was like, thank you so much. And this was such a huge thing to me because there was a line of cars behind me as well and a line of cars behind him. And they all were blaring their horns. And like, this is like a split second, like I'm still sliding on the ground and people are already blaring their horns. Like the people that were closest, by all accounts, probably was indicating that there was an accident. But then everyone else behind in the line was blaring. It hurt because of the fact that only this guy, only he checked to see if I was okay. The people behind me didn't even bother to check if I was okay. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Man, that's kind of ending on a down note. How about I tell you about the time that my bike got hit?